Skipper Steve Blacksmith and defect skipper David Warner include been prohibited of game for the domestic party for a year next. Their roles in the occurrence how inflicted domestic indignation for the tertiary testing versus Southward Africa. Mr. Cameron Bancroft was taking into account a 9-month ban for with emery paper to course the dribble unlawfully. A Cricketer Australia inquiry found the Troika were the just ones who knew of the schedule that was concocted for the dinner breakdown and transferred out by youthful field player Bancroft, who had played fair 8 testing matches. The censor found Warner those guilty of evolving the concept and forgiver manual to a younger gamer to conduct out a schedule to get stairs to try to artificial change the state of the dribble with emery paper. It as well found Blacksmith and Bancroft those guilty of manufacturing deceptive social comments while they declared it was grain-covered amber ribbon, not emery paper. All review of next management would be contingent on adoption by fans and the social shape and credibility amongst the game team. All 3 players, who were already creature-shipped household of Southward Africa, will as well include to full 100 several hours of volunteer facility in Society Cricketer up creature deliberate for next choice. But Sutherland sacked idle talk how trainer Darren Lehman was resigning. No, some players or supporting personnel had preliminary expertise, consisting Darren Lehman, who has not obedient and will go on to trainer by present agreement, Sutherland told. The 3 players will be replaced by Matthew Renshaw, Glenn Maxwell and Joe Burns for the 4 testing versus Southward Africa, in Tim Payne-equipped skipper. David Peaver, the president of Cricketer Australia, told the executive board shares the wrath of fans and the more extensive Australia Society on these events. They go to the consistency and repute of Australia cricketer and Australia kind of sports, and the penalties must represent how, he told. These are considerable penalties for vocational players and the executive board does not levy them easily. It is hoped how next a time of suspend, the players will be capable to back to game the play they loving and ultimately restore their careers. CA CEO James Sutherland added how detailed information of an freelance overview in the hold and civilization of the men's cricketer crew will as well be shared in proper year. Divide time down. There's a sense in Australia the isn't fair a off occurrence, he told. He's been house above a length time of period and the civilization among the crew very as necessary to be aimed very severely, which comes following will be a actual testing for Cricketer Australia in how they transactions in the question. Penalty, too much severe. The inquiry found how all 3 players had breached paper of Cricketer Australia's coding of hold, for hold opposite to the ghost of the play. But the penalties convex out by CA include separated several in the cricketing planet. Australia cricketer Lord Shane Warne told he was stunned by the occurrence but surveyed the gravity of the penalty. Ex-England skipper Michael Vaughan coordinated. Steve Blacksmith, I believe, is a nice guy who done a enormous error, he tweeted. He necessary punisher but I believe the is too severe. Bancroft, who I don't aware, was led astray but honored punisher, but once again too sharply in my view. Other grieve the losing of a nice skipper and a large batsman. He added, happy who see following Steve Blacksmith. He was the No1 batsman in testing cricketer. Wrath and frustration. Sutherland apologized for a click meeting, on name of the organization, to both of Australia and Southward Africa. I know and stake the wrath and frustration of Australia fans, Sutherland told. I wish to apologize to all Australians how these events include undertaken location, especially to all the guys who loving cricketer and worship the players. I wish to as well apologize to cricketer Southward Africa and Southward African fans how the question has clouded which differently should include been a beautiful episode. Blacksmith and Warner include as well been prohibited of part in India's National Cricketer League, the Hindu Prime League, IPL, in 2018. The league and the Executive Board of Monitoring for Cricketer in India announced in a declaration on environment. Over Warner had stepped downward. Warner as skipper of Sunrisers Hyderabad. Warner is as well affliction a sponsorship clearance. LG Australia will ever see to job in ambassadors how stake our mandrel mark values, and we get these relationships extremely severely to provide. We put our customers, employees and interested parties at first.